Recently, I've assisted some different law enforcement agencies in their purchase of body armor for their officers. And the most common question by far is, what exactly should we wear? So here's just a quick and simple version of what I think on that matter. So first of all, since most agencies already have long-standing policies regarding soft armor, I'm going to focus on rifle plates. There are a lot of different manufacturers out there, all using a variety of substances that all aim to do the same thing, which is to create plates that keep bullets from poking holes in you. So since people cannot carry an unlimited amount of gear all day long, the manufacturers are striving to keep the plates as light as possible while still providing the intended level of protection. But that's where things get a little complicated. Which level of protection should someone be wearing? So first of all, let's clarify what a few of the available levels of protection are. The most common way the different levels of protection are called out in the industry is by using NIJ ratings. These ratings are based on stopping a particular round, such as the 7.62 NATO or the 30 caliber AP round. And then from there, most people will typically make some sort of assumptions on other rounds that would or would not be stopped by that particular piece of armor. But the big thing to keep in mind is that bullet lethality when it comes to plates isn't always linear. What I mean is that a bigger or smaller bullet isn't necessarily going to be more or less lethal than any other particular bullet, just based on caliber. For instance, the level 3 plate is meant to stop a 7.62 NATO round. And it's a particular weight, and they test it, and they have a particular stated velocity that they'll call out attached to the test. So the big thing to take from that is that a level 3 plate will stop the 7.62 NATO round. That's it. Beyond that, any other round is going to be up in the air. Now, most people can look at the 5.56 round and assume that it's less powerful than a 7.62 round, like the one used for the NIJ level 3 that I was just speaking of. And that'd be mostly correct, as I've seen that typically the lead core 5.56 rounds won't get through a level 3 plate. But you can take a 5.56 round with a penetrator in it, and it'll go right through those level 3 plates that are rated for the larger 7.62 round. It could be fired from the exact same rifle, and it'll look almost identical to the other 5.56 round that the level 3 plate can stop all day long, which is what makes it complicated. So in response, there are people that will run tests which they call a level 3+ test. It's not necessarily official, but they will test these plates against particular rounds that are in the realm between the level 3 and the level 4 rating. You may come across a plate that's listed as a 3+ by the manufacturer, and it'll most likely call out a specific special threat rating. And from there, the list of other rounds that were tested will be listed. Sometimes this will be various rounds that contain penetrators, or possibly standard rounds just at higher velocities. So taking all of this into consideration and making a decision regarding your rifle plates basically comes down to this. Know your environment and know your potential threats. Do you work in an area where rifles are very common, such as communities with lots of recreational hunters? Then you may want to look at a higher level of protection. Or do you work in a densely populated metropolitan area where rifles aren't seen as often? Then you might consider lower levels of protection. But if you're asking me, I would always say lean towards too much protection. Wearing plates gets old, but you're wearing them because they can save your life. If they hurt your shoulders or make your legs tired, then do a little PT. It'll benefit you in more ways besides just allowing you to carry your plates more comfortably. I hope this helps answer some of the basic questions, but don't be afraid to push the body armor manufacturers you're working with to help you explain this a little bit more thoroughly. In closing, the best advice I want to give is to never let your fitness or the price of protection get in the way of having adequate protection.